Oh, just okay, Chloe. Okay, this is what we're gonna have to do because it just informed me that for some reason, like I said, these checkers are tripping. That it was removed from Facebook. And see, we need it's on YouTube. But what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna send you another link because I have it says I'm gonna have to remove this destination from the broadcast, then re-add it.
Okay.
So okay, why is it tripping? Okay, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go. I'm gonna go back out. I'm gonna resend you a link, and you just click back on it, and we'll come back in.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
Do I remove myself?
Wait a minute, hold on. Let me see. I'm trying to see something because it might let us do it. I don't want the unspoken heart. Okay, so today's 7 o'clock. I let us redo it. Let's see here. Oh, it did. Let's see if it show up in the notifications. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna try it again.
Okay.
Hello, hello. Welcome to the Unspoken Heart Discussion Hour. We have a special guest for y'all today. As y'all been seeing the flyer go across my page, she is a very special lady. I see her as Superwoman because she has a lot in her hands that is really deeply covered. So just stand by. We're going to be bringing her in. I do apologize for the delay. We did have a technical difficulty just a while ago. So we're back on the plan. So make sure you share. Do a watch party because this is something very educational to help you give you strength and let you know that through all things, you can do it. Now, she's born in Waukegan. Oh my goodness, can't even pronounce it. Waukegan, Illinois. She resided in Chicago, Illinois, but lives in Houston, Texas, H-Town. She graduated from Warren Township High School, class of 2012. Graduate from Chicago Performing Arts Academy. She's a professional model, actress, singer, makeup artist, photographer, also the founder and owner of the Model Locker. Philosophy for her, success is always move like no one is watching. Without further ado, I bring in to y'all and introduce to you Miss Chloe Page. Hello, hello, pretty lady. How you doing?
I am doing all right. And yourself?
I'm great. How's the weather down there? Because I mean, it's kind of like bipolar here.
It's the same out here. Houston's winter is very wet. It's very rainy.
Oh my goodness. I always say it's bipolar because Texas cannot make up its mind. It has
No.
all kinds of moods.
That's
Now, I see that you was born in Illinois and also resided in Chicago, Illinois.
so I was kind of all over the place growing up, but I did I grew up in like the suburbs, Chicago
Okay.
suburbs, so like Lake Villa, Gurnee area. Um yeah, and graduated from Warren Township, which is in Gurnee.
Okay. I mean, I was there, I think it was like 3 or 4 years back, and I was in Chicago, Illinois. And I'm telling you, I love it for vacation.
Yeah, it's great in the summer. I would not recommend it in the winter. Not at all.
Um,
Not to
I,
anybody.
I was there in the winter, believe it or not. It was hot here, but when
Mhm.
I got there, it was snowing, and I mean, I loved it. I really,
Yeah, some people who've lived in the heat all their life, they enjoy the cold once they get, their hands on it. So it's, yeah, I mean, it's for some people, but I've been here my whole life. I'm trying to get away from it.
so how were you able to adjust from the Chicago type of atmosphere to coming down to Texas?
I think I just like Texas atmosphere, the energy, the hospitality. People are so sweet down here. Although they can't drive, they
Yeah,
are very sweet.
I
They
don't
are very
know.
sweet. Yes. Yeah, the highways out here has definitely scared me, but that transition for me wasn't too bad just because, I wanted to make sure like, wherever I move to next, it has to be a place where, feels like home, and I have a lot of family out here. My dad's side of the family is out here, so
Okay.
I'm
So you
still.
weren't coming to a stranger's town. You actually already have family here.
Yeah, I've been back and forth, to Texas since like I want to say like 2012, 2013.
Okay.
So Texas has always been like a second home. I actually thought about moving to ATL.
Oh,
Um, but yeah, just not right now with
okay.
the pandemic.
I know
Um,
that's right.
Yeah, Texas
Well,
is more safe.
you're a professional model and an actress.
hmm
What inspires you to choose these two professions as a career?
It's so crazy. I actually want to be a lawyer. But
Different.
yes, it's completely different. I actually really wanted to be a lawyer. But the way that life was set up, I didn't go that route, even though it's still like a huge, like I just love everything about just the lawyer, job position, title, and all that. So, although
Right.
it still interests me, I've always also been interested. Well, first of all, makeup. I used to watch America's Next Top Model all the time growing up, and beside modeling, I was always really into the makeup. I'm like, that is so cool how they could do all these different designs, just painting over the body or whatever. And I think that's what really got me into modeling. I
Mhm.
like the dressing up part of it, the makeup, the runway. I just kind of fell in love with it all. And my mom was very particular, like
Mhm.
doing it before I was 18. So she, pretty much was just like, wait till you're 18. There's a lot of, things you need to be careful of, and you just make yourself aware of before you really dive deep. And that's what I did. And since 18, I took it and ran with it.
Well, we also, as you said, speaking of the runway, we actually have a small skit, two small skits of you modeling. Can you tell us a little bit about these right here?
So this was a sewing expo,
Mhm.
fashion show. So they just had they had some vintage clothing. They had like a store that came out that did like a yearly fashion show. I had auditioned for it and got the audition, and it was like a 5 day like fashion show. So every day they had a fashion show,
Wow.
and it was really nice. It was located in Schaumburg, Illinois, at like the Marriott,
Okay.
and it was really nice. I really enjoyed it. That's that video is probably my favorite video. But yeah, yeah.
So, how long have you known that you possess these skills when it comes down to modeling?
Um, I think I've always liked entertaining. I've always liked dancing. I've always liked, singing. I feel like my earliest, memories of just being with friends was that we always sang and danced, and I was like either in the background or lead or doing something or coming up with the choreography.
Right.
So I knew that I was just talented as far as, dancing and, singing wise. And then when I actually became a model and went to acting and went to that performing arts school, they taught me how to do runway. The different types of runway, just walking like with a wedding dress or just in high fashion stuff or in like really high heels. They teach you it all. And then after I like left the performing arts, I had met a famous designer in Chicago named Bella Lucci,
Okay.
and I worked closely with him, and he really kind of gave me my umph as far as my signature walk. So I had shout out to him. He's been a huge part of my success in Chicago. But yeah, um, it was just things that just kind of like I didn't know that I was really good at, but other people tell me that I am. So I just started listening to other people when it came to that.
Okay. Now you have mentioned the performing arts um, academy that you attended.
Hmm.
How long did you have to go through that in order to
I
graduate?
I was there for 8 months. So
Okay.
it's not like a full year or anything like that. By the end of the course, you do however many courses you want. You can stay with them, but they like every 8 months, 6 to 8 months, you can graduate. And I had did all my classes, and I was able to graduate, and that's what I did, and it was pretty fun too. It was
Okay.
definitely an experience. They definitely taught me a lot, especially about acting.
Okay. Okay. Now, after graduating from Chicago Performing Arts, what sort of jobs did you land or events you were a part of?
Um, so after that, I really started doing runway.
Okay.
I did a runway. My first runway show was with a small boutique out of Lincoln Square.
Okay.
Um, oh my God, I forget the name, but it's such a cute little boutique. Did a runway show with them. And that was like the start of it all. After that, I was doing, big shows, um, big like fashion week shows. I and I whatever show that I did, I made sure that I like, connected with the models, if not the model, the fashion designer, the person who's in charge. And they would kind of let me know whenever they had another show or to audition for, another local Chicago show. So I did a lot of Chicago work, a lot of Chicago like runway. And then I got into photo shoots because I really wanted to do commercial slash editorial type shoots. So I got into photo shoots for a little while. And kind of just took off with that. So I did runway for about like the first year and a half. Well, all throughout, it was just maybe like a show or two a year. Um, just 2 years ago, I think the last runway show I did was New York Fashion Week. And that was a one of a kind experience. I was able to go to Fashion Week 2 years in a row. The first year, I was right there, supporting my friends. And the second year, I was in the show. So that was, great just from being in the audience to actually being on the runway. So it was a grand experience and one of those experiences I'll never forget. So
Wow. Now, is it also all the stress behind the scenes when it come down to makeup, hair, getting dressed, changing outfits that we see sometime on TV? Is it that chaotic?
yeah, it is literally it's chaotic if not more. It's definitely wild behind the scenes. Um, Especially, New York Fashion Week was definitely busy. You were back there in a small space, hot. You got makeup on. You got to get your makeup retouched every couple minutes because you're sweating it
Right.
off. And yeah, small room with a bunch of designers, making sure that they have their models dressed, ready to go. for their first looks. And then it was a lot. It was a lot, but it's fun because if you're out there in the audience, you would have no idea what was going on in the back. It's funny. It's very funny, and like I said, it's like an experience you can never forget.
Was there ever a time, because I know we seen some, bloopers where sometimes models walk down runways, they fell off the stage or they
Oh,
tripped. Have you ever had a moment that you have experienced in that area?
I have not yet. I don't want to say no, that'll never happen, but no, I have not had a situation where I slipped or or anything like that. I think, I get nervous and I'm like, well, if you slip, remember to fall gracefully. That's all I tell myself. Like, if you slip,
Right.
just fall gracefully. Don't even try to catch yourself because that's where it looks worse.
Now, before
So,
going out there, do you have a certain ritual that you do, or do you meditate, or is there stuff?
I I definitely love to listen to music. Music hypens me,
Okay.
and it puts me in that mindset that I'm about to go out here and kill it. You know,
Okay.
it's just confidence is key, and you want to wear it like you want to wear it like it's a hairstyle or that red lipstick. You just want to wear it with confidence. So like that's all I do. I just put my go getter face on. I have my go getter music, and I just kind of get in that like vibe where
Right.
I'm just like, yeah, I'm about to kill this.
No, that's right. I know that's right. Now, also, once you graduated and everything, you from there decided to become a founder and owner of a business. Can
Mhm.
you share with us about that?
Oh, I had something on my face.
We can't see it from here.
That was weird. Um, but I'm sorry. What was the question? That just threw me off.
Can you share with us about the business that you
Oh,
became
the
founder and owner of?
so the model locker I created in 2017. I pretty much started it just off the bat, or just off the strength of young girls coming to me. I had a lot of young girls interested in modeling. Just watching me. Like I said, you never know who's watching. Um, and a lot of young girls who, watched my runways, loved my photo shoots, just loved how I, took a photo, and they wanted to work with me. They not only wanted to work with me, they wanted me to help them, either get a gig or get into an agency or, find them a nice professional photographer.
Right.
So um I created that just to kind of like make, kind of bring people together in one room.
Mm,
At the time, I was just creative. I was just the creative director, like coming up with the themes, bringing the accessories or the props and or the setting, just making sure that was straight, and then helping the models or whoever else that wanted to be a part of this photo shoot. They could sign up, and it was just like something that they could do to build their portfolio.
mhm,
So it really started off like that. I was just doing photo shoots for girls looking to build their portfolios to present to agencies. And then maybe like a year and a half into it, um, it was just exhausting financially. So I
mhm,
just took a step back, and I, I had to do what I had to do, and got back into it. But this time, I went into it like, okay, well, how about I try shooting? Like I do have an eye, and I do, like things a certain way. I'm very
mhm,
particular. So I just took what I knew from modeling and applied it to photography, and they really go well hand in hand. And I'm able to, not only help build the model's portfolio, I can give her the advice that she's looking for,
right,
how to get into the industry, how to get paid bookings, how to um, and if not, because I wouldn't necessarily say agencies are the way to go, but if that's your goal, then let's work on that. A lot of girls, I wouldn't say a lot, but there's some girls who only really want to focus on social media. So getting an agency is not their goal. So it's just, like I said, taking photos, creative photos, different photos, just, working on your brand. So that's what, the model locker is really all about. Just helping models, with their portfolio, and doing enough to where, somehow, whenever on this, journey that we're on, you get recognized by the right people.
Right.
So, and it was working, and it's been working. So right now I'm just working on, making it a more nationwide thing. Just doing more stuff to um, really put the model locker on the map as far as what we are, who we are, and what we do.
Mm,
And I really do think that, with this company, like, it'll definitely help a lot of females, and not only models, female models, male models, but, other people in the industry, wardrobe stylists, photographers, makeup
mm.
artists. So I'm really trying to really bring everyone together, and make the fashion industry just what it is, just 10 times more in each city instead of certain cities like LA and New York.
Okay, okay.
Now, you have a philosophy for success.
Hmm.
You always move like no one's watching.
Hmm.
What is the full meaning behind your words of this particular philosophy?
Well, one of the things that stood out to me the most when these girls were reaching out was that, they had moments about me that, like, I wasn't sure how they, saw that moment. But like I said, you never know who's watching you, um, they were inspired with how I carried myself as a model, and wanted to work with me, or wanted, my advice as to how to get to the next level, or how to do this, or how to just break into the industry, you know, with, class, dignity, respect, whatever. And it just kind of like resonated a little bit. And I'm just like, wow, okay. Well, someone's watching, like, anybody's watching. If, these models feel that way just based off what I post, I don't know who else is really inspired, with or by, what I do. So I always try to make sure I move, in ways where, it won't hurt me, or
Right.
won't deter my character or my business or my career. And I try to keep that in mind. You never know who's watching you.
Right.
I was actually on set of Empire years ago, and I did not know who this man was who walked up to me. But I was just walking through the set, and this black man walked up to me and was like, he was just like, "Man, you are gorgeous." And I looked at him, and I'm like, who are you? You're just walking up to random people, just, I didn't think twice of it. So I had walked away. Oh, thank you. Walked away, and someone was just like, "What were you doing talking to that guy?" And I'm like, "I don't know." He said some weird stuff, and I kept it moving. They were like, "Do you know who that is?" And I'm like, "No." They're like, "That's Lee Daniels. That's the
Oh,
producer of the show." And I'm like, "Get out of here. Get out of here." I was so mad at myself. I was so mad at myself. Like, he was like, "Yeah, I watched you as soon as I walked out of the bathroom. I watched you, walking, and I just had to walk up and to let you know." And I'm like, "Wow, Lee Daniels just walked up to me, and I blew it. I just blew it." So,
uh, now, for ones who desire to be a model, what are the important keys for them to take in order to pursue that line of work?
so I would say for anyone who wants to break into the industry, photos are a must. Do whatever that's not in your range, that's in your range. You want to start off with what you want to do. Like I said, I didn't expect to be doing runway, but runway, kind of brought me to different avenues, just because of the way that I carried myself or walked. It brought more opportunities my way. So I would say a great headshot. Photographers right now like working with consistent clients. So if you find a photographer and like his work, I would suggest asking that photographer, hey, do you mind working with me? Help me build my portfolio. This can benefit you as well as, me. I have this, that, and the third going on. And, you can sit down and, work it out with the photographer. And that's what, the model locker does. But if you start off with a portfolio with different looks, classy, your laid back look, just different looks, that can be the start of your portfolio. Next to that, you would need a headshot. Headshots are very important, even if you're looking for a agency. Headshots are very important. So headshots with great lighting. The background is blurred. It's really just a shoulder up type, photo. A great headshot is key. So besides that, you would also need a comp card. A comp card is a great way. It's almost like having a business card as a model. It shows, some of your work that's in your portfolio right along with your, I wouldn't say credentials, but right along with your information, your contact information, your stats. So I would say like your height, weight, all that, brown eyes, black hair, your email, your number. You want to have that in some type of small print, fine print, whatever, right along with 3 to 4 photos, one of them being the headshot and the other photos just showing your personality or, the different looks that you can do. So you can start off with that. That is a great way to just break in the industry, to talk to other people, to, either showcase or present to other people, but it's a great way to get started. Just as far as modeling. From there, you can, try different casting agencies, and with that information, you can send to them, and you can just start finding work, building your, work history as a model, and then go from there. And then hopefully, with the new gigs that you gain, if you're trying to go before a agency, you have work to show them, like, oh, I got this experience. Check this out. Like, and that's all they're looking for.
We're going to take a small music break and return to talk about being an actress, which you also have in your mixing bowl. Everyone, this is EMI Records in association with the Rap Legends recording, presenting Mikey J and Black Superman.
Black Superman. Can you tell me why you hurt, miss? You don't deserve this nonsense you're going through. Treat us so worthless. You meant to show no respect for your heart. I don't care about his feelings, I'ma break y'all apart. See, I'm a real man, girl, I'm a real G. Word life, girl, he ain't got nothing on me. Trying to buy your love with fancy jewelry. I'm a different type of man, girl, so I'ma do me. Shower you with love and things that you need. Say my name, say my name, say my name, girl. Hold your hand as you walk through the rain, girl. Listen, Novocaine for the way I numb the pain, girl. Black Superman here to keep you sane, girl. Do the drive it slow, get him out my lane, girl. Hit him with another car, put him on a train, girl. Midnight to Georgia, now he's out your brain, girl.
Can you be my Superman?
Yes, I can.
Can you take me away from here? Fly me through the atmosphere.
Let's go.
Can you be my Superman?
Yes, I can.
Can you take me away from here? Fly me through the atmosphere.
Let's go. Life is short, you being lame with you. Damn. You ain't a sport, so why he playing games with you? Just a thought, doesn't share the same pain with you. That lane, put me in that frame with you. Dude is whack, he's on a crime spree. Breaking hearts of every dime piece. I'm on my job, I set your mind free. 24/7, girl, through the night. Black Superman, I was staying kryptonite. Rose petals on the bed, girl, when you get home. Hey. I ride a force away, you will never be alone. Caress your mind and body, babe, put you in the zone. For real, Mikey J, girl, you better call Tyrone. All minutes on the cell where he can use my phone. Up in the way, let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Can you be my Superman?
Yes, I can.
Can you take me away from here? Fly me through the atmosphere.
let's go.
Can you be my Superman?
Yes, I
Can you
can.
take me away from here? Fly me through the atmosphere.
Baby, let's go. Yeah, baby. He can't do nothing for you. Can't do nothing for you. He's treating you wrong. Are you right? But I'm your hero. Got you, girl.
Can you be my Superman?
Yes, I can.
Can you take me away from here? Fly me through the atmosphere.
Baby, let's go.
Can you be my Superman?
Yes, I can.
Can you take me away from here? Fly me through the atmosphere.
Baby, let's go.
As I stated in the comments, I do not own the rights to this song. These songs being played in this discussion or the music, but I do have the personal permission from the artists that do own those rights to play it during this discussion hour. Now we're going to give some shout outs to ones as Rochin, Caesar Ornelius. Thank you for tuning in. The CBN Hartwell. Thank you, Mister, for tuning in. Jess Estrada, Alton Lee, Howard E. Outley. Thank you, Mister, for tuning in. Also, Theodore Brown. Thank y'all all for tuning in. Please remember to share. Do a watch party. Also, after the show, about an hour, this also will be available on YouTube, which is being aired right now live on YouTube. But please go over to the Spicy Great channel. Make sure that you subscribe, like, and comment if you enjoyed this discussion hour. Okay, I'm going to give you a moment at this time. Do you have anyone that you want to give a shout out to?
I definitely want to give a shout out to my mother. Right. I definitely want to give a shout out to Mikey J for making this possible. And I definitely want to give a shout out to the whole team, the whole Anye film team. You know, like working with them has been great so far. And I'm looking forward to just working with them more and being a part of the team.
Right.
I'm very excited about the projects and everything that we have going on. So I really want to definitely shout out some love, whatever positivity their way. I appreciate it. And I appreciate everyone that's tuning in for me because of me or whatever. So thank you.
Now, speaking of Anye, we know that you have love for modeling. You have love for also acting. How do those fall hand in hand?
Well, as a model, you never ever want to limit yourself to just one category of modeling. You always want to see or test the waters or just see what else you could be good at because you'll be surprised. A lot of models try to stay away from acting because they just don't feel like they'll be good. But a lot of what they do is acting. Posing is acting. Sometimes you have to pose a certain way in order to illustrate, a certain vibe that you're going for. Like high fashion, the most awkward poses. But it works. So it's just, it goes hand in hand because modeling, you could be any age. In acting, you can be any age. There's no age limit. There's no age, there's none of that. So, but with modeling, there is kind of like an age limit, because after a certain age, you kind of want to get into certain types of modeling, but after a certain age, you kind of want to get into acting, just so that, you're always, doing what you like, what you love, and you're still a part of that industry atmosphere. So they do play hand in hand, and you always kind of want to be interested in both, because it could lead you more opportunities, which is a good thing.
Yes. Now you engaged with well-known Michael Stephen Hall, music and movie producer, director. Can you tell us which you landed lows with films of The shelf ingredients to deception.
Mm-hmm.
3, the hard way.
Mm-hmm.
Keys and cuffs, and also colorblind.
Yes.
Now, with all those 4 movies, how are you able to carry that load? Because that's a lot.
Well, good thing that these aren't like recorded all at the same time. It gives
Mm-hmm.
me a little bit time and space to actually like take in the information. Um, uh, 3 the hard way and a chef's to a chef's ingredients to Lord Jesus. A chef's ingredients to deception. I've already been like reading over the material, the script for it. So I almost pretty much have those memorized. I just have to play with it a little bit more so they flow a lot more naturally. But other than that, I feel like I try not to overwhelm myself. So it's just like one project at a time. I'll get through it. I'm usually very good at retaining information.
Okay.
And so I know I'll be okay with the lines. It's just, trying not to overwhelm myself
Mhm.
and yeah, like one thing at a time, focusing on one thing at a time. So 3 the hard way, that's the first. I start filming for that next week. So I'm almost done with my lines on that one. And I'm working on the chef's ingredients to deception. And then colorblind is the last one. But yeah, the colorblind would be the last movie. I just added to that cast.
Mm.
And what was the other one? Keys and cuffs. Yes, so keys and cuffs. Yes, we're doing that actually first. I think we're doing that first. No, we're doing that second. So keys and cuffs and 3 the hard way. So
Okay.
those are my first two movies. That I mean, all of them will be my first, but I'm still like, I can't believe I got this many chances to really like put myself out there. But it's gonna happen, and I can't wait. I'm so excited. The monologue process was so much fun. So
Yeah.
it was great, and I'm happy everything like turned out to be what it is now.
Okay, your character in each film, do the person have the same vibe in the role, each role?
Oh well, yeah, because I would say I'm an alpha. I'm an alpha female.
Mm.
So I'm kind of happy because the roles that I'm playing, I'm still in that alpha female mentality, just doing like different job titles, roles, and stuff like that. So I'm still able to keep my alpha female, um, you know, personality intact. It's just just delivering and making sure that it's all like natural. But yeah, I actually that's what I enjoy most about all of my characters. They're all pretty dominant.
Okay. Now, do you in any way relate to the characters in any other film?
Um, there is one film. Well, there's in Keys and Cuffs. I'll be playing the role of a detective. So I think that's always cool because I've been into, like I said, I want to be a lawyer. So I was into that whole criminology. Like it was cool to me. But yeah, I definitely enjoyed that. Um, gosh, let me see. And then there's another role where um, we didn't really relate, but I felt it. I felt it like as if it was me going through that, but I don't have, children. So I kind of like looked at it like, okay, what if this was my nephew or my brother. And it really hit home because I just couldn't see, my nephew or a brother of mine going through any of that. So 2 of the characters I just related to because I couldn't see, anything happening to my nephews or my brothers or just any male influence or friendship that I have in my life. I would not want to see them in a situation where they lost their life or whatever. So that hit me, and the female detective role was definitely one I felt like I could relate to a lot.
Now, I asked this with each character that works for Mr. Stephen Michael Paul. So I asked you the same thing. And believe me, he's going to be seeing this.
I know, I'm waiting for him to chime in.
How is it working for Mr. Stephen Michael Paul as a director and a producer?
He's great. He definitely makes you feel comfortable, like he talks to you like a friend, like it's just like there's like a comfort level, a comfort zone that he provides. And it's great because just talking to a producer, anybody would get nervous. But the way he talks to you and handles you, he, wants you to feel like, like because of you, I'm able to do what I can do. So just, relax, remove the nerves, you can do it. Like he talks to you with reassurance, and he definitely makes you feel like, you can do anything you put your mind to. You just have to allow it, so it's just, he's very good at that. Like he makes you feel like you're on the same level as him. Like you guys are friends and you're just having a friendly conversation, and he's just giving you like key advice. It's actually admirable. You want someone you look up to make you feel, you don't want them to make you feel less than, and he makes sure he does not make anyone feel less than. So I actually like that about him. Like that's a very good quality to have as a person.
Thank you, Marlene Barnes-Smith, for tuning in. Regina Smith, DJ Acosta, thank you for tuning in. Jessica Coleman, hey, Miss Melody, how we doing? Thank you for tuning in. Now, knowing Mr. I call him Mikey J, but also Mr. Michael Stephen Paul, and seeing his place as the director, does he in any way inspire you to ever want to work in that field of expertise? Or do you see a future in it?
I do. I really do. Before I met Mikey, I was already looking into doing like more filming, like videography, stuff like that. I definitely wanted to expand my knowledge on it a little bit more. Because usually a lot of the times, you could be acting, or you could be an actress, and like there's a lot of actors right now who produce on the side, who direct on the side, and they make very good movies. So it definitely inspired me because you can do anything you put your mind to. And with him allowing me to just work with him, he's also showing me just how things are just ran behind the scenes, behind, the background stuff. So it's, really inspiring because you're watching someone, run, their business how you would want to run your business, so it's just like, he's definitely inspired me into, wanting to do like more filming type stuff. I just love like, the behind the scenes type work. So just being behind the scenes is just like really exhilarating to me, and I enjoy every second of it. So yeah, he's definitely have in many different ways.
Now we're going to take another small music break. And everyone, this is Street Legend presenting Poetically Yours with Mrs. LaFemme Nikita in Her.
I am her, the her that is the mother, the her that saves all mankind when the trials and tribulations of life occur. I am her, bringing the treasures of Africa from the motherland, the her that holds up the man when the tragedies of life buckles his stand. I am her, carrying my babies in my arms, shielding them from fire with the ringing of the alarm. I am her that walked with no fear, during the Katrina storm to save my babies from drowning in the midst of the storm. I am her that walked in the fields of white cotton, the her that sang hymnals for the souls of the forgotten. I am her that chose to escape the Holocaust, fleeing to the forest of Eastern Poland, fighting for the memory of the other Jewish women lost. I am her that gave birth at the age of 16, the her that they said wouldn't amount to anything.
When you're looking at me, it's a reflection of her. How can you judge when you don't know her? And no one could take the place of her. I am her. I am her.
The her that walked the stage holding me. The her that moved on to earn a Texas Southern degree. The her that didn't eat so that my brother and I could. The her that was raped and left in a trash bag of a nearby neighborhood. My mother, who chose to pray away pain to recover. My beautiful black hero that embraces me when I feel hurt and lonely. I am her that lives in a house of no defeat. The her that isn't afraid to speak. The her that will encourage when she doesn't have courage. To keep on fighting with her feminine power. The her that prays silently in the last hour. I am her.
I am her. When you're looking at me, it's a reflection of her. How can you judge when you don't know her? No one could take the place of her. No one. I am her. No one.
I am her.
I am
the cancer survivor. The her that they said would die in the night. The her that walked on when the doctors doubted she might. I am her.
Yes, yes, yes. That's my girl, La Femme Nikita. And I am her. I really appreciate it. She's available on all platforms. So y'all check her out. Download it because I'm going to tell you she is on fire. Yeah, we also have Miss Dornice Williams. Thank you for tuning in. Oh, Nikita McClure herself. Hey, baby, how we doing? Yes, yes, yes. That is a lot of people's favorite song. So y'all just check her out. And we're going to go ahead and move on. So I don't know whether to just call you a multi-talented woman or a superwoman. Not only are you a businesswoman, you're a model, you're an actress, but you can, what? So everybody, I'm going to give you this opportunity, Miss Chloe Page.
Oh, Lord.
She's going to show you what those vocals can do because she also can sing. Everyone, I bring to you Miss Chloe Page.
Oh. All right. Okay. I heard that you Settle down that you found a girl and you're married now. I heard that your dreams came true. Guess she gave you things I didn't give to you. Old friend, why you so shy? Ain't like you to hold back or hide from the light. I hate to show up out of the blue uninvited, but I couldn't stay away. I couldn't fight it. I hoped you see my face and that you'd be reminded that for me it isn't over. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you too. Don't forget me, I'll beg. I'll remember you said sometimes it lasts in love and sometimes it hurts instead. Sometimes it lasts in love and sometimes it hurts instead.
Love it, love it, love it. How long have you been singing?
My whole life. As long as I can remember. Yeah, I used to really into it.
Now, what does singing do for you mentally and emotionally?
Well, when I used to be very into it, I kind of found it as like an outlet. I used to write my own music and I would just, sing it in my room. But somehow, some way, disconnected from it, and I have not been writing, and I'm not singing like that. A couple years ago, I did a song with my cousin, and it was like 4 or 5, maybe 6 years ago. I'm not quite sure, but did a song with my cousin, and just asked him the other day if he still had it, and he said he did. So he's actually like working on a remix of it. And I'm supposed to be hearing it in a few days. So, I mean, that's very cool. But other than that, it was always an outlet. And sometimes I definitely think about getting back to it. Because I don't know, it's a great outlet.
So do you see yourself ever dropping a CD or something like after you finish all these movies that you're doing?
If the opportunity presented itself to where somebody wanted to record with me, because I would have to get into that, like, that's a different ball game, recording sessions, studio sessions, like, so someone would really have to teach me the game before I jumped, head first. But yeah, I mean, like I said, if the opportunity presented itself and somebody wanted to record and do something, I definitely wouldn't say no. But I could, I don't know.
Gotta just watch and see, right? Now, I'm gonna give you this window of opportunity for you to let ones know how to find or follow you and inform them of any events that's upcoming that you want everybody to know that's lined up. Everyone, this is Chloe Page.
Okay, everyone. So I have a few different outlets you can look me up on. Right now, you can find me on, if you want to follow me on Facebook, my name is Chloe Page. If you want to follow me on Instagram, my personal account is _AmorCoco, AMORCOCO _. And I have my business page attached to it at Model Locker. Working on my photography website right now, but you can stay tuned. It will be posted on my IG. That is once again at Model Locker. And yeah.
Now, before we really head out, I want you to Tell us, because we heard about you being the model, the singer, the actress, and also the business owner.
Mhm.
Who is really Chloe Page?
Chloe Page, there's a lot of different sides to me, but Chloe Page is, someone who's always been motivated just, by things that she's always, loved. Everything that, we discussed, I have always, had my heart set out for it at one point in my life. And somehow, some way, it always, or, ties, back to one another. It all relates hand in hand. But I'm a go-getter. I'm a hard worker. I would say I'm both an introvert and an extrovert. It just depends on, the atmosphere. I am very innovative. Um, I am very caring. I love my family to the death of me. I'm, yeah, a caring person. I love my family. I love my friends. Um, I'm very passionate. Anything I feel like I can do, I set my mind to, and I accomplish it. And Yeah, I always, try to do things, with good intention, with a good heart, with a clear mind. And I try to really uplift everyone that's around me. Um, yeah, very passionate, go getter. I could be goofy sometime, but that also depends, with the crowd. But yeah, that's
I love it. I love it.
me.
I mean, that's your, I know we're getting ready to end towards our end, but I have some. Was you in a pageant before?
Yeah, I did a pageant when I was 17. Oh, wait, that was a different one. Okay, so I did a pageant when I was 17, and then that was the same lady who gave me the opportunity to be in her magazine. They had like, I wouldn't, it was set up like a pageant, but it was almost to be like the face, the brand ambassador of her brand. So I ran for that. I didn't make it, but it was a very fun experience. And I was able to meet a lot of girls, a lot of models, and make some, long-term connections. So that was great.
Yeah. Well, doing some research and everything on you, I found out you also got a tough side. No, we want to know about that too, because bam.
Yeah, I do. I have some boxing training just from growing up and recently doing a boxing tournament. That was new. I had not been in a boxing tournament. I was originally supposed to be one of the ring girls, but someone the ring girl canceled or something, so they needed somebody to fill in, and they asked me. I don't know. I guess they thought that I looked the part, so I look like a boxer. I don't know. So, they asked me, and I was just like, well, is it like real boxing? Because, like, how was the setup? And, it was real boxing, but it was real boxing. But it was fun, like I hadn't, like I said, I trained years ago, but I never, actually gotten a boxing ring before. So it was fun. It was new. It was very fun because it was my first, fight. It was interesting, just how it ended. It was my first little thing, but I guess my opponent, I guess she had done it a few times. So she wasn't so happy about that. But, we definitely left there shaking hands and everything was good.
Okay.
And it was a fun experience. I met a lot of, women who did it professionally and they loved it. So shout out to them, those girls. They're a lot tougher than me.
Oh,
But yeah, it's definitely a great skill to have too.
have behind your belt.
Yeah.
You seem to enjoy the outdoors as well, as we see in this picture here. This is a beautiful picture with a beautiful background. Can you
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about this photo right here?
Oh, I was at a group trip earlier this year. So right around when everything started to open back up, a group of friends decided to go to Galenburg, Tennessee, and the mountains were just beautiful. So we were, driving up in the Smoky Mountains, and we just pulled over, got the best view of the entire, as much as we could, and we just took photos, and that right there, that's a great photo.
Yes, it is. It's a beautiful folder. Shot
Thank you.
right there. I mean, because I looked at it and said, okay, she like going mountains or something. What?
I like traveling. I definitely like to travel. Outdoors, I can be very outdoorsy. I'm not a fan of bugs.
Mhm.
But usually I'll just bring some off spray and, and I'm good. But I definitely enjoy the outdoors.
Yeah. Well, we really, really appreciate you coming on, sharing your little path with us and the great big endeavors that you have going on. I
Yeah.
wish you the best. I mean, you are, I don't know, like I said, I don't know whether just to say you a superwoman or you just multi-talented because you got everything all in one package. But I wish you the best of luck. And
Thank
I'll be looking out for that movie there. And so, you gave you all your information. Hopefully everybody wrote it down so they can follow you and hopefully see you on that wide screen. So
Yes.
I want to say thank you all for tuning in. And if you enjoyed this segment here, don't forget to go an hour after we end the show to the Spicy Grays YouTube channel. Comment, subscribe, and like the discussion hour. And just to let y'all know right now that for the week of the 28th, we will not have a discussion hour. We will not be having a discussion hour because February 4th, there will be a one-on-one interview with Michael Stephen Paul. He is flying down from the Bronx, New York to come to the SA town. And we will be having a one-on-one discussion about the movies that he had produced and directed and that will be released. So y'all stay tuned for February 4th. We will not have a discussion hour then. So y'all just keep your eyes open. We love you very much. We are now going to lead out with Street Legion presenting Lala Maria, which tore the flow up last night and bounced back.
My bounce back game is so immaculate. You can say the lies, I'm not having it. Call me out my name, cause the game didn't change. I'm a savage. If that's what you want, you can have it. Stunning on your haters is ahead. You see, I'm all vegan about my cat. Niggas in their feeling cause I'm treating him all average. Faithful to myself, no one can do it better. Get up out your feeling to the one that I'm on top. While you're looking at the bottom, now I'm on top, looking different from the bottom. Listen, different positions, hands in the air, cause they hate when you are winning. Smiles turn to frown every time I come around. You only celebrated me when I was down. My bounce back game is so immaculate. If you say the lies, I'm not having it. Call me out my name, cause the game didn't change. I'm a savage. You want to have it. Stunning on your haters, it's ahead. You see, I'm all vegan about my cat. Niggas in their feeling cause I'm treating him all average. Now what you want me to do? Be a competition with the flu? Translation, I'm sick over you. I'm a shooting star, that was shooting star. Me, two different bars, you're living bars. Knockdown is where you wanted me. Lockdown is where you rather be. You wanted me to wait till time's up. You missed out, short and now time's up. My bounce back game is so immaculate. If you say the lies, I'm not having it. Call me out my name, cause the game didn't change. I'm a that's what you want, you can have. Stunning on your haters, it's ahead. See them all thinking about my cat, Niggas in the feeling cause I'm treating him all average.
Hey, you running out of seconds, baby, call me your time. These hoes transforming. Optimus Prime, Georgia, Illinois. Fuck them, they now forward. See them in the public, don't wave, they don't know us. Nigga, who your competition? You made me the opposition, now you out of position. Listen, you see the diamonds, the bitches that stay glisten. I'm a walking fucking penny. You see the diamonds dripping like
my bounce back game is so immaculate. Don't you say the lies, I'm not having it. Call me up with name, cause the game didn't change. I'm a savage. If that's what you want, you can have it. Gotta know your haters is the head. See them all speaking about my cat,